If you want to bring science, math, and your daily physical activity outdoors with your students, a really fun game to play is called Turtle Trouble. Turtle Trouble is all about how to be a responsible pet owner and what every animal needs to survive in its habitat. You start off by talking about what all living organisms need to survive, which is food, water, shelter, and space. In the case of these turtles, in BC, our only native freshwater turtle is the western painted turtle. But it is threatened by an invasive species called the red-eared slider. And these red-eared sliders can outcompete the western painted turtles. In this game, split your class up into two groups. Half of them are the habitat, and half of them start out as being western painted turtles. Food, a resting log, important for basking to get warm in the sun, so they did resting, and they need a space to move around and to have all they need to find their food and everything else to survive. And on the count of three, the habitat and the turtles think about what they're going to be. So they might be food, they might be the basking log, or they might be space. They turn around, face each other, and the turtles have to go to the other side of the field, find what they need to survive at that moment. Soon, there won't be enough habitat for everybody. So over time, you play numerous rounds, and it will fluctuate. So sometimes the population of turtles will be high, and sometimes it will be lower. And you can keep track of that on your data sheet. So that's where the math comes in. How many turtles were there at the start? How many after each round? But then, unfortunately, we had somebody who let their red-eared slider turtle loose into the pond, and that changes everything. The red-eared slider turtle has an advantage over the painted turtle. It has more offspring, it reproduces earlier in the year. Those students that become the red-eared sliders, they can come closer and they have a head start to get their habitat components. And what you will find is over time, the red-eared slider population will increase and the painted turtles will decrease. But you can have your learners hypothesize what will happen when we introduce this invasive species into the pond. So it's a fun game. You can incorporate the math with the data sheet that we provide on our website and have a great discussion on what it means to be a responsible pet owner. You could also, instead of using the examples of turtles, you could think of two other species found in your region, like a European rabbit and some native mammals that might be affected.